So,
Right.
guys, quickly, I wanna express one more time my deepest gratitude for you two, for showing up one more time. And again, I mean, so far the people absolutely love the natural cycle. In my opinion, it is something so important. We have missed it, you know, the education to really understand how to best use the Healy. And I believe there is no better way than using the Healy to your natural cycle, to actually understanding when and how to use the Healy, to actually understanding the amazing importance of our organs to the right times. It's amazingly important to know when we need energy. And of course, we need the energy when we're energizing during the daytime, when we are working, when we are productive, when we're doing things. This is when we need to energize us. So to support us on every level with the right frequencies to this time to get the most out of it makes completely sense. But more so, we need to understand when to reduce, when to relax, you know, and support our system by helping us to relax more, helping to reduce more, instead of being all the time active and all the time on the highest possible, you know, momentum. It's very important. And I think this is why natural cycle has been so helpful already in the first week. I see so many comments of, you know, it makes an amazing impact. So on me, I can tell you it makes an amazing impact. I'm adjusting right now. I'm getting there. It's nothing that happens in a day, but it's definitely something that we can do all the time, you know, to keep and adjusting and have this natural cycle working for us instead of working against our natural cycle. So guys, please continuously share your experience. We are here to share because we care for other people. This is the whole community. This is what's all about. We need to share our testimonials, our stories, especially when we have this guidance. Today, before I let you guys talk, I just want to bring you guys in. Rita and Nuno looked also at the challenges that we have, okay? The challenges we had over the past week. It seems like there have been problems with the app, not with the Healy app, because the frequency is always working. When you click on the natural cycle frequencies, you get them. But the Heal Advisor app has been confusing to to many of you guys, okay? So this is really important for all of you guys who've been struggling and asking the questions. Now you receive answers that will help you even independently from the Heal Advisor search app to operate, to get yourself understand when to use which kind of frequencies. And this is why I know I talked to Rita before. They have been working yesterday, apparently all day long, answering and fostering through your questions to get those answers. So I really want to say muchas gracias. Thank you so much. Dziękuję. Dankeschön. Obrigado. It's really helpful to have you guys here again and follow up with these things. So it's very, very important. So I maybe give it up to ladies first. Rita, thank you for being here. Nuno, thank you for being here. Maybe Rita, you take over. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for spending your Saturday here with us. So since, as Max said, many of you had problems using the Heal Advisor app, or you missed the trigger date. I'm seeing the chat. A lot of you missed the trigger date. Today, we will explain to you how to use the natural cycle frequencies without having to use the Heal Advisor and without having to wait for the next trigger date. Yes, so you can start today, tomorrow, and any day that you want. So we hope that today this webinar would be useful to all of you and to clarify many questions and doubts. So Nuno, we created a small presentation because it's so easier when you have graphics.
Yes, I will share. I don't know if I'm allowed to share. Let me check. Yes. Okay. So let's share. Okay. It's okay. It's clear.
Yeah.
Because in my computer it's not very clear. It's like a blur. It's okay in your computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay here. I just need to pin you guys. I forgot to pin you because on Facebook they only see black. Sorry. Give me a moment. Guys, relax. Coming. So now I think we see you and everybody. Say something, Nuno.
Hello. 1, 2, 3. It's okay?
Yes, it's okay. Perfect.
Okay. Great.
Got you.
Rita starts. Yes, please.
Okay, so today there are mainly three situations. If you happen to be using the Hill Advisor app and you haven't had any problems, great, keep using it. And if you have any questions, other type of questions not related to the Hill Advisor app, please follow this webinar, as we may be able to help with your questions. But we saw that a lot of people accidentally skipped the trigger date, correct? Some in such a way that are already in 2024, and you are not able to go back. So unfortunately, we couldn't help because the app doesn't belong to Nuno and Rita. It belongs to Healy, and Nuno only gave the practical guidelines to create it. However, we saw in the comments that some people were able to resolve the issue by deleting the app, restarting the phone, or setting the date back to March 20th and reinstalling the Hill Advisor app. So I hope it works. I hope it helps. But today we are going to show to you how to work with natural cycles without needing the app. Because if you are having issues, don't worry, because the frequencies are working. Okay, so now let's know how to use the natural cycle correctly and get the best out of it. And the next slide, for those who purchased natural cycle, you will find the frequency sets next to your other programs, okay? On the list, you'll have Natural Cycle 1 and Natural Cycle 2. Inside these two programs, you will find in the Natural Cycle 1, you have activation programs. You can skip the slide now, the next one. You have the activation programs, and in the Natural Cycle 2, you will have the stabilization programs. Okay, so on this webinar, we will explain what each one is for and which one to choose and when to use it, okay? This is all you need to know. On the list of your programs, you will find Natural Cycle 1 with the activation programs and Natural Cycle 2 with the stabilization programs, okay? So, next step, Nuno is now going to explain to you how to use the natural cycle without waiting until May. That it was supposed to be the next trigger date. So if you missed the spring equinox, Nuno created this tool. He's now going to explain to you where you can see what is the first organ you should activate. The organ that is the starting point of this amazing journey. So if you missed the past equinox, you don't need to wait until May to start your reconnection with the natural cycles. Nuno is now going to give you some examples on how does it work. And the good thing is that we will make a PDF available with all this information for the period that we are now in. So you will know exactly, if you want to start today, tomorrow, until May, you will know exactly what organ you should start with, considering your time zone. Okay? Now, Nuno.
Hi again. Okay, so we are trying to put this on the website, but it's not. We have problems because we work in the Flash, and Flash is forbidden now in the website. Yeah. So we have a kind of problems. But at Rita say, we have a PDF that we'll put in available for everyone, and you can check the PDF and find your zone and find when you can the time relationship with the organ you can choose. Okay, so this is very easy. So you have the GMT. Okay. And GMT +1, +2, okay, you can find your GMT zone. It's easy. And here, what you have here, you can choose, this is starting the equinox that was in 20 March. And until May, if you are in the zone GMT is 0, you choose this one to start. If you are in the zone 4, you choose this one to start. If you want to start from May to June, you choose this one. You have all this information in the PDF, and you only need to look and find your GMT and find in what range of calendar you want to start. And I think it becomes very, very easy now to find which organ you should choose.
Yeah, so basically yesterday, as Max was saying, Nuno spent the whole day redoing the calculations so we could do it instead only in the trigger dates, because we saw that a lot of people miss the trigger dates, not only because the problems with the app, but because they only saw the webinar on Tuesday or Wednesday, and the equinox was on Monday. So here it's very, very simple. You will choose your time zone. It's the same on Hill Advisor app. You choose your time zone, and then you choose the period of time where we want to start your reconnection. If it's between March 20th and May 10th, now you have this one, and then you just have to choose your time zone, and you will find the organ that is the starting point. Okay, so someone is asking -5, no. You also have, go to -5. So if you want to start now and you are in GMT -5, you have 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And this is the frequency that you will choose to start. Okay, we will now explain how to use the step by step. Yeah.
If you want after May 10, look, from May 11 until 20 June, you have this one. Okay, it's very easy. You can choose what you want.
Yeah.
You use it. We'll work if it's possible to put this in the website so that you can use it directly, the app. We are trying, not easy because, Flash was forbidden. I don't know why. But we'll try. We try to find a way to put this amazing.
We wanted to make this animation available, but since it's not possible, it won't be interactive, but it doesn't matter. It will be a PDF where you will have we'll show the PDF by the end of this webinar. It will have like a print screen on all time zones and all periods. Okay, it's very intuitive. So basically, this is the job that was done by Hill Advisor app, was to choose your organ, the organ that you should start with. That's it. Okay, any question? All right. So, other question that came up was when to run the session. So, you will run at the time of the organ, okay? Because it is actually the name of the frequency set. It is the hour when you should run. Many people said, oh, you should put the name of the organs on instead of the hour. Legal reasons. It doesn't matter, but we had to put the time, okay? So that's the reason. We couldn't put the name of the organs, but you can also use this on the PDF. You will have this body clock with the name of the organs and the hour, okay? So it will be very clear for you to know not only the hour, but the organ that you are activating. So when to run the session? You should run the frequency, the frequency set in the period of time when the organ chosen is most active, okay? But what to do? This was another question.
Tip.
That is, what to do if the time is inconvenient. So if the session does not come at a good time, for example, in the middle of the night, you have two options. Or you run the organ closest to it. For example, gallbladder time às 11h30. 11, yeah, gallbladder time. You can use gallbladder if you are still up at 11 half past 11. But if you are not awake in the at 3 a.m., for instance, okay? It's the 3 a.m. Okay, yeah. If you are sleeping between 1 and 3 a.m., you can run the closest organ. For instance, 11 p.m., 1 a.m., okay? This is one option. Or this is our favorite option. And I think we weren't clear, 100% clear in the last webinar. You run the same organ, but 12 hours later. For example, instead of running liver between 1 and 3 a.m., you run liver, this example, you run liver at 1 p.m., 3 p.m. So recap, if the time is inconvenient, you have two options. Or you choose the closest organ. For example, your organ is 1 a.m., 3 a.m., but you are sleeping. So you can run the closest organ, gallbladder, but this is not our favorite option. Our favorite option is to run the same frequency. You will run 1 a.m., 3 a.m., but 12 hours later. Okay? And Nuno explained that better than me. Why?
It's okay. Look, what you have here, the frequencies we usually, the frequencies that I develop is always to oxidation and also to reduction. But what we do, as you can see, look, these frequencies is for oxidation. As you can see, it's plus, okay? And here you have, look, can you see now? When you are here, use these frequencies, it's oxidations. But if you have used these frequencies at this time have, look now, oh, sorry, look, it's is the plus in the minus, not the minus in the plus. Do you understand? It's different. So you are using the frequencies that at this time in the opposite organ do the same to the other organ. Do you understand? Yeah. I think it's clear. Maybe not.
I can maybe let me because I represent the mass. Okay.
okay.
Unknowing means you have to between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Which organ is it? Liver.
Liver.
Okay. So it means the liver is oxidating. It's a plus. So yes. If I don't make it at 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., I'm going to reduce it at 1 p.m. and 3 p.m.
You are oxidation, the Einstein, and reduction, the other one. So it's a kind of it's a balance between the organs. So you push one organ, but you are working in the other one. Okay?
Okay, so if I supposed to oxidize the liver, but if I can't make it, I'm going to reduce the lower intestine. Or
basically, you are doing the inverse job. If you do the inverse job, the reaction is positive in the other one. Do you understand?
Okay, but I'm using still liver at 3 p.m. or 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Yes. Otherwise, there would be some frequencies that you would never use. You understand?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you use
look at this as a kind of balance. Okay. if how can I let me explain. Let me try to find an analogy. A very good analogy is like okay. Let me try it. So Rita and Max speak. Let me think.
Maria is asking 12 hours later or before, or it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter because it's the same. It's the same.
Okay, Maria, you can do this 12 hours later or before. Doesn't matter.
Unless, it's the same because because it's in the middle.
Let me ask a question, Nuno. So
yes,
if I supposed at 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. if I supposed to oxidize the liver, so I put energy with the frequencies in the liver.
Correct.
If I don't do this at 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. I still choose the liver program, but it will reduce the liver, or will it oxidize the liver?
Look, let's think all together.
Okay.
A very, very good example that you give me now, Max. Okay. So, okay, we are at this moment, we are in the liver time. So what you do is a kind of oxidation because our liver need energy to do the job. This is activation. Okay. So because I'm not wake up at this time, I will do what? At completely in this time, if I use the frequencies of the liver, what happens here? I'm not oxidation the intestine, but I'm oxidation the liver, but in the way, how can I tell you? As people talk, is a balance. Your body understand that and do the balance between one help to another one help. So you do the job, you can do the job you can do the job, balance. Okay, you don't need to touch what you want to touch, but you can touch, like you don't need to touch the yang to have effect in yang. You can touch in the yin because the reaction is if the yin goes a little bit down, the other one should be up. This is balance. It's completely linked. So it's impossible to do like this. This is not possible. If I go down, so if I touch in the liver oxidation, the intestine do this, and if I touch the intestine to oxidation, the liver do this, and if I reduction the intestine, I do this. Do you understand? So this is a link between. So we need to do a webinar about the 5 elements, the 4 ways that organs works together, and okay. This is amazing, and it will be very, very easy to understand these concepts because they are linked between. There are a lot of links between the organs, not only this one. We are not talking on in this link because when you do this, will be 5 links that do the connections. Okay, and because of that, the works happens.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we all need to understand if we are sleeping during the time, we can choose
the closest
organ before, but the better option would be we take to the opposite time the same organ.
Yeah, and this was a big misunderstanding. Yes. I think people in the other understood that you should run the opposite frequency, but okay. Not. It's the okay. Same frequency, but the opposite time. It's very easy. You just have to look at the hour, and instead of AM, you put PM.
Perfect.
It's easy.
Couldn't be more simple. Okay, that's easy. So we remember this. And Nuno, I love what you just said. You basically committed to another webinar. So because this is obviously this is obviously a lot.
You opened the Pandora box. Exactly. So now
look, guys. This is the community is craving this education, and I think it's so interesting. It's so amazing to know this kind of stuff. We need to become more aware about the understanding of our body, to make the right choices, right? So today, the topic is obviously how do we work when we have when the Heal Advisor app is not working, whatever. So we're not lost completely. So we know what to do. That's why Rita offered kindly to share this PDF. We will share it later here in the Zoom call, but we will also have it in the Facebook group for download. Okay. So with this PDF, you can work through it. Then understanding how everything works, because yes, I get the concept, but maybe we need to understand more in detail. We make a separate webinar about the elements of the body, about the organs, which is wood, which is metal, which is so forth and so forth. I think it's very, very interesting. Okay, guys.
This slide is very important because people are still asking, but the natural cycle shows timings. Yes, but you don't have to be like stuck into the name of the frequency, because now you have the power and you have the knowledge to use in a perfect way. If the name is 1 a.m., 3 a.m., you don't need to use that. You don't need to wake up to do the frequency. You can do the same program 12 hours later. It's very easy. It's very easy. So I'm looking at the chat. I think we are done. So 2 options, the closest organ or the same frequency 12 hours later or earlier. It doesn't matter. On the opposite time, basically. So another question, how often?
Yes, Iris. Say yes to Iris, because yes, it's true. All organs works together. So because of that, I would like to explain the 5 links that exist between the organs. And it's a completely new vision, because usually you only show 3 links, and we have 5. What can I tell you? 5 structures that works with the organs. It's very, after you understand this concept, it's so easy to understand what you need to focus. If I have, I don't know, but if you have a depression, you know what organs you should improve, and it's amazing. One day. Okay, so. Okay.
Yeah, it is also a little controversial, because one size does not fit all, okay? But the most consensual is that you should run natural cycle twice a week, okay? Because as Nuno explained in the last webinar, the body should rest. It's not like it's a dialogue with your body. So you do the session, and then you should wait a little. 2 days is enough, so you can do another session. You can do, for instance, Monday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Friday, okay, twice a week. But Heal Advisor will show you the option 2. Okay, it's work. You can choose what is the best suitable for your lifestyle. Twice a week. Choose 2 days of the week where you have time, so you can choose the option 2. So, what are you going to do in these days?
Oh, let me tell you one thing to reinforce what you say. Is why only 2 days? It's really important that you have a dialogue between you and your body. So you send an input to your body, waiting for the answer. Okay, listen your body. It's very, very, very important. Listen your body, because this is I think is the most important step that you can do when you try to play with your body, is listen. You give something to your body. So wait until the body tell you something. Okay, so because of that, you give 2 days so the body can, react and tell you something. And this dialogue is really important. We understand when they are talking, because someone stop talking to listen, and another one talking. This is dialogue, and this is the way that you can understand. So it's the same with our body. Okay, go on, Rita.
Exactly. No, exactly. And Heal Advisor will always choose the second option, because of this. So last week, for those who started on Monday, you also had sessions on Tuesday and Friday, correct? On 21st and 24th of March. The equinox was an extra for the week. So what are you going to do in these days? You can click Nuno. Yeah. In each one, you will do the protocol. That is one activation program, the organ that was chosen, and then the order of the programs will be clockwise. Okay, so if you started today with 1 a.m., 3 p.m., tomorrow will be 3, 6, and so on. So 3-6, no, 3-5. So this is clockwise. So you'll do the activation program of the organ and then the stabilization program. And now we are going to explain step by step what is the protocol on Tuesday and Friday, for instance, twice a week. 30 minutes before the hour, you will drink a glass of water. 15 minutes before the session, you will drink another glass of water. This is to prepare your body. This is very important, as Nuno is always saying. Drinking water is one of the most important things when you do sessions with Healy, because you need to prepare the body. And then you start the frequency session that is made up of 2 parts. First, activation is where the chosen organ is activated, and the activation set lasts 12 minutes, okay? It's very easy. You go to the list, you select the organ, and you run the organ. 12 minutes later is finished. When you finish, you drink another glass of water, okay? And then you finish with the stabilization frequencies. This is the second part. And the stabilization program lasts 30 minutes, okay? And you have 2 options, as we saw before. You have daily or solar. This was another question, when you should use one or another. This was the last, no. So you should use daily if you feel that you are too out of alignment with your daily cycle. For example, if you don't empty your bowels in the morning, it means that your intestine doesn't work in the morning. If you wake up tired, if your sleep is not regular, this means that you are not aligned with the daily cycle. So you will use the daily stabilization, okay? So you use solar when you feel that you are aligned with the daily cycle. Heal Advisor is programmed to run daily stabilization during the first 4 weeks, and then you shift to solar stabilization. This is how the app was created. But now that you have this knowledge, you can choose. You can choose daily if you are not aligned with the daily cycle. Or you can choose solar if you are aligned with the daily cycle. For instance, if you do more than 4 weeks and you are still out of alignment, you can continue to do daily. Or if after 1 week you are already aligned, you can do solar. Was it clear? Too confused? No?
No, makes sense, right? I mean, the app is programmed. I mean, the app is not artificial intelligence or whatever, cannot tell us everything. So the app is programmed that normally the average person, depending how out of whack you are, you need 4 weeks in order to get into your daily cycle.
Exactly.
However, if you guys feel after 1 week already, oh, wow, I'm sleeping well, I empty my bowels in the morning, I feel good, I'm not tired, I'm aligned. Now this is again awareness, right? You need to become aware of your body. And when you feel you're aware, your body is in alignment, now you can already choose to go into solar stabilization. You don't need to go into the daily stabilization, correct?
Yes, correct. And also you can change, you can do the shift for the daily to solar, and after 2 weeks back again to daily. No problem. Okay. Both works together. So this app is to push you to fit again to the cycle. So I'm starting now to using Solar's the daily stabilizations, and after I change to solar and after to daily, is problem? No problem. Works together to the same goal. Okay.
Okay, so there's a few questions here on Facebook asking to run stabilization on the same days as running the time organ programs. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
They're asking to run these stabilization programs on the same days where you run the activation programs or the time.
As we explained. So 30 minutes before, recap. 30 minutes before the hour, a glass of water. 15 minutes before, another glass of water. Okay. Then you do the activation. It means the organ, and you run at the hour of the organ. Okay. Or as we saw, 12 hours later. 12 minutes is how the activation...
It's not 12, it's
18.
It's okay, it's okay.
18 minutes. It's lack of sleep. And then you drink water, okay? Another glass of water. And then you run the stabilization immediately. 30 minutes more.
The confusing part maybe for some people was the activation means it's the 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., these time frequencies. And the program length is normally 18 minutes, yes?
The program length is 18
exactly.
minutes.
Correct.
Okay, super. So I hope that's clear.
A short session, less than 1 hour.
It's super. So one more question I'm just reading here. What happens, that's dangerous, if somebody used the wrong program last week? What do you do now?
A wrong program? As not clear for me. Explain.
Let's say they got confused last week, and instead of using the opposite, they use the opposite organ or something like this. Is there what to do now?
Start again. No, don't worry about that, because as someone I think was I don't remember the name, but as someone told in the chat or wrote in the chat, is we have amazing body, and what happens is maybe the improvement is not 70% or whatever, is only 5%, but don't worry about that. So do again, and when you when you fit with the time and the water and everything, we'll do amazing results. So if you, for mistake, you do something wrong, don't worry about that. The only thing that can happen is instead you achieve like 80% of results, you only achieve 5% or less, but it's okay.
It doesn't matter. People are saying that the Heal Advisor app mentions all this protocol. Yes, correct. It's very helpful, but today we decided to focus on those who were facing problems with the app, because we want everyone to be able to use natural cycles, no matter the technical problems. So, but yeah, the app, it will notify you if you want to drink water, to start the activation set, to drink water again. It has everything explained.
It's the same when you go to the gym. You have a personal trainer, okay? Or you go to the gym alone. One day, I like to be in the gym alone. So, let's try by myself. So it's the same. So if you understand the concept, it's amazing you choose, okay? You are freedom to choose. You are free to choose. I'm sorry. You are free to choose.
And maybe just a reminder on this spot here, I mean, we're working with frequencies, right? So I think this is the first time ever we see, I mean, we had it a little bit, but a protocol. However, it's not a medication or something like this where we say like after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner, you kind of have a little bit of flexibilities, right? And we need to learn when we work with frequencies to really wait for the feedback of our body, right? And if you use a program that is not meant to be used that day, it's not the end of the world, right? And the natural cycle allows us, what we also learned now, not only on the equinox to start, and now if we missed it, we missed everything. You can start anytime. That's why we have the PDF. That's why they created this one, to make you understand you can start anytime, anywhere, and get yourself into the cycle. So that's really important to know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
You have more slides?
No, yes, to finish, of course.
Last question. When to stop? Because a lot of people ask, okay, so when should we stop? Should we run natural cycles all the time during the whole year? So you should stop, or you can stop when you feel that you are aligned with the natural cycle. And the best way is to choose a trigger date to end your protocol. For example, if you are starting the 21st of March, we could finish by the 11th of May if you feel that you are aligned. But since we are now starting not on a trigger date, it doesn't matter. The only thing that Nuno wants you to do is you can and should repeat in the future, of course, how you do this for 2 months and you rest 1 month, and you do 2 months and you rest 1 month, and you are also repeating the natural cycle, because it's important to keep it constant during the whole year, but always resting 1 month. 2 months of natural cycle, 1 month rest. 2 months of natural cycle, 1 month rest. Okay. And if you feel that after 2 months you are not aligned, this is another webinar. We should take a look at what is wrong, like the sleep, if you need anything else like supplements, water, etc. So we have to readjust. But this is another webinar, and hopefully in 2 months everyone will be aligned.
Yes. Yeah, it's true what Rita talked now about, because basically in one day we have two sides. One is sleep, and another one is when you wake up and we are living. Of course, we are living also when we are asleep, but there are two different stages. And sleep is usually people don't care. I don't know, but that people that sometimes I talk about, people don't care about sleep, and sleep is so important. What happens during the sleep? If you understand the sleep, maybe you can you know, sometimes there are people that arrive at our clinic and say, "Oh, I'm insomnia." It's not. It's sleep disorder, because insomnia is not so general. It's something very, you know. I don't know, but only 10 or 15% can have insomnia. The other ones have sleep disorders. It's very easy to fix. So let's focus on sleep. Let's try to find the better way to sleep, because it's half of our life that we spend sleep, and we sleep because it's important. Okay, and this can help to be also in our cycle, in these natural cycles, to flow on these cycles, and yeah, and it's all.
Nuno, can you move please to the slide where we show the first ones, os primeiros, onde tem os órgãos e o a seguir? Okay, because I have a question. When do we change the organ we activate? Every session. So if you start with so we start with 9 p.m. 11 p.m. for instance, and then the next day you will use the next organ, and the next day you'll use the next organ, and so on, clockwise. Okay, so you will, every day is a different organ following the order. So this is just to choose the starting point, the organ that you will activate on the first day.
Basically, is that the easy organ to start. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is the easiest way to follow, is the organ that in that day is the easiest to start with. Do we go the activation of the following organ in the same day? No. 1 organ per day. And
Yeah,
twice a week.
It's enough.
1 organ per day, twice a week. Okay?
I have another question. I think we came up with this last time, so it's another question again. about while traveling, you know, in between time zones. And now hearing what we hear, I would, if I would be traveling right now, I would do the natural cycle based on where I am right now, of course. And then I would, the moment I'm in a new country, I would adjust my times, of course, to the new country. And then based on what the PDF says, to this time, take the next organ. Or how would I deal with changing the location?
With a new app that I'm doing for you, okay? So because the people that travel too much, to follow this concept, it's not easy. So we would like to create the 7-day cycle, and you can use it the same, but it's completely different, the concept, okay? This is for people that travel as you too much.
Okay, so to be continued.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, but I have to say, even during my traveling now, I'm using this, and I have to say, like, it puts me faster. I was a day, maybe the day I arrive jet lagged. The next day I'm fine, and maybe it's natural cycle, or maybe it's the weather. I don't know, but
works. But we can, works, definitely works, because it's push you to the cycle, of course. But maybe we can do better.
Yeah, we can always do better.
Yes.
I'm
okay. Should we? So maybe Rita, to recap the most important things, just to repeat and repeat, so everybody understands it.
So if you are using the app and the app is working fine, great, you can continue to use it with no problems. Okay, go. Today,
if there is a problem with the app, and I read this question before, and something is going wrong in the app. Before it showed you something like this, now it shows you something like this. I don't know, I had that comment in here. What I was reading before in the comment was the person deleted the app and restarted the phone and installed the app again, and then it was again new and correctly adjusted.
We haven't tried, but it was something that I saw on the comment. Is that if you delete the app and you restart your phone, or like hack your phone by putting a past date, and you reinstall the app, everything will work. I don't know, but so when you install the natural cycles, you will have these two programs, Natural Cycle 1 and Natural Cycle 2. Inside Natural Cycle 1, Nuno?
Yeah, sorry. Because, no, I'm okay. Repeat, please.
So you'll have Natural Cycle 1 and Natural Cycle 2. These two programs are in the list of your frequencies, okay? You will find these. Inside Natural Cycle 1, you'll have the activation programs, and on Natural Cycle 2, the stabilization programs, okay? And we are going to share with you a PDF where you can start the reconnection today, tomorrow, whenever you want. So you will choose any day between March today and 11 of May, correct, Nuno? Or 10 of May? 10. May 10. So you are now in this period. We are going to give you a PDF where you, according to your time zone, will know the first organ of the first session, okay? This is not to use the same organ during the whole process. It's to use a different organ in each session. So this is just the starting point. It's not to use the same organ. I'm going to repeat. It's not going to use the same organ every session, okay? This is just the starting point. So next, what is the next? The next, when to run the session. When you have two options. Of course, you should run at the time of the activation organ, but if it's inconvenient, for example, in the middle of the night, you have two options. You run the closest organ, but our favorite option is run the same set of frequencies, but 12 hours later. It's just to change AM, PM. We gave the example of liver, is 1 a.m., 3 a.m. So if you are sleeping, use the liver program, but between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. Okay? How often? The next question. Twice a week. Okay, it will be enough. So you can choose Monday, Thursday, or Heal Advisor will give you Tuesday and Friday. In each day, you will run activation and stabilization, both in the same day. You will start with the activation, that is the organ, and you'll finish with the stabilization program. That could be daily or solar. Okay, and the protocol is very simple. 30 minutes before. When you say 30 minutes, is more or less, you know, doesn't matter if it's 30 minutes. 30 minutes before you start to prepare the body with a glass of water, 15 minutes before another glass of water, and you run the program, the activation program. That lasts 18 minutes. And after, another glass of water, and you run immediately the stabilization. And this is when you have two options, solar or daily. Daily is when you are out of alignment. And how do you know this? If you wake up tired, if your sleep is irregular, if your intestine doesn't work in the morning, many tips that will inform you if you are out of alignment. So usually you start with daily, and Healy will change for after 4 weeks to the solar. But if you feel that you are not aligned, you can continue with daily, no problem. Or as Nuno said, you can go to solar and then get back to daily. Don't be stressed about that. It doesn't matter. So
I asked someone asking what are the symptoms if you do not drink enough water. Well, the problem is water is a kind of interface between you, our body, inside our body, and then frequencies. If you don't have enough water, you stress the body. So it's basically this. We don't want to stress the body, because when you do any kind of this therapy, electric therapy, you stress the body, of course, because it's the way that you can send the input to your body. You stress. We hope that we have a good reaction, of course, but always you stress. But if you have water, the stress is a kind more positive stress, as you okay. So is a stress, is the input that can do the job of this input. If you don't have water enough, you stress your body, and you cannot, and the body cannot react correctly of these frequencies. Okay.
Yeah. And the last is when to stop. And we said, of course, when you feel aligned and on a trigger date would be the ideal. But we also recommend to rest 1 month after 2 months in a row of natural cycle. So the ideal will be 2 months, then rest 1 month, and 2 months of natural cycle and rest 1 month, and so on. Okay? I'm trying to read the questions if it's something that we haven't explained yet.
Okay, el órgano cuando tiene ciclo.
I think it's been a lot.
Yeah.
No?
Quantos são os órgãos que se incluem no ciclo natural? 12.
I mean, here on Facebook, I have a lot of thank you. Fantastic. Thank you for your clarification. Thank you for your clarification. I feel uncertain, but I just need to try it. So give it a go and hope it becomes clearer. Yes, of course, learning by doing, Lisa. You gotta try to get to understand. It sounds complicated. Even me, I was shocked, but I figured it out. So if I can do it, you can do it, and it's worth it. Yeah, I think you can stop sharing. Or if you want to continue, of course.
No. Someone is asking sobre a crise curativa. Healing crisis.
Yeah, usually you don't have it because you are push your body to the natural flow. When you have this kind of crisis, reactions of the body is a kind of you cross the oxidations, okay, and because of that you have this crisis. Your body reacts so strong to, but this is not for react the body. This is to put the body again in the flow. So it's a kind of soft. It's a soft therapy.
Yeah, I love that people are already helping each other and they are answering to the questions.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. And in the right way.
This is the amazing thing about this community, really, like, because
Yeah.
Healy came out as something completely new and novel, and people just didn't really had any idea what it can do, and the whole knowledge of Healy really developed through this community. I mean, I don't know if we have a group called the Frequency Experience now with over 80,000 people. And in this group, always testimonials have been shared, and people say like, yeah, I'm using this program, this program, this program. It's all about this, and this is why it's so amazing, because people just, it's learning by doing, it's becoming aware, and everybody's different and so forth. So it's so important that we share this experience. And this is, again, guys, this is also the reason why we have this natural cycle group, in order to really share. You guys are open to ask any question in there. Before you ask any question in the group, please have a look below, because many questions have been asked already. And meanwhile, at latest after this call, I believe we already answered a lot of questions. And we're really looking forward now to receive a lot of good testimonials from you guys, and explain other people how good these programs work on you, right? So, because this is really what I believe is one of the most important things. We need to make more people aware how important it is to get into their natural cycle in order to, resist all the things that you don't want to have in your body or in your life. So please go ahead and also share your beautiful stories with us, so we can learn from them and apply them on more people. All right. So what do you guys think?
The PDF is
Yeah. Just to clarify, a lot of questions around stabilization programs. Stabilization is also after the activation, on the same day, on the same session. It doesn't matter if it's daily or solar, if it sea diaria or solar. It doesn't matter. You also run the stabilization after the activation, okay?
Alrighty.
And let me tell you one thing to the group. All the apps, all the programs that Healy have, after you be on the flow with natural cycles, you feel completely different. Because if you are in the flow, the other programs that you have from Healy have more effect. So this is a kind of, to improve your terrain. So if you are in the flow, you are like open mind to receive another things, okay? And you can feel it when you try.
So it increases the effect, the positive effect of everything you do basically to yourself, I guess, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything.
Fantastic. See, this is the fundamental thing. Put ourselves back into cycle, put ourselves back into flow, and from there on, everything we add into our life is a positive thing, basically. It's amazing. Okay, I'm just reading. Yeah, I'm just reading. So again, there's a lot.
We are now going to share the PDF. In that PDF, if you haven't started because you missed the trigger date, you can start today or tomorrow or until May 10th. You have the PDF. You just have to check your time zone and what is the organ to start with. It's very, very simple.
Where are you going to share, and when are you going to share the PDF, Rita? Because this question will be next.
Sorry?
The question will be next, where and when are you going to share it?
And no, it's done. Our designer already created, so we are going to share today.
Okay,
today,
perfect.
maybe tomorrow is better because I don't know, but until tomorrow. Yeah, today.
Make
Okay.
sure that we have everyone in the Facebook group, because it's always the way that we share the messages and the flyers and that we announce the webinars.
Okay, guys. So at latest tomorrow, the PDF will be shared in the Facebook group. And of course, guys, we are a community. If you do not have Facebook, one of your team members for sure has it, can download it and can share into your group chats and wherever. Okay, so I just shared the group a few times into the chat. For everybody who's not there yet, join the group and you will find the PDF there in the download. Right, so we can stop sharing the screen? Or you have more slides?
Yeah, no, it's the last one.
Okay.
Thank you
And
so much.
very important, it's very simple. The protocol, it's very simple. So don't be stressed. Anyone can do it. And it's when you get used to it, it's very simple to use. And we are here to help. So that's why we do these webinars and we have the Facebook group. So we are always available to help and to clarify any questions. So it's very simple to use. Okay. If you need to rewatch this webinar, do that. So and leave your questions that may arise.
This webinar will be recorded and you can share it from the Facebook group, guys. It's there for everybody to have and view again. Thank you so much for everybody to be here. Have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you, Nuno, Rita.
Thank you, Max.
Saturday. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.